It has been nearly 20 years since Athens, Clarke, and Oconee counties got a new district attorney, and the new DA is making history. Deborah Gonzalez won the runoff earlier this month, and today she was sworn in as the very first Latina district attorney in the state of Georgia. She is also one of the state's electors and cast a vote for Joe Biden, the president-elect, earlier this week.
Paula Suro talked with Gonzalez about the impact she hopes to have.
Deborah Gonzalez is not only making history in Georgia, but also in the nation. Her win as Western Judicial Circuit District Attorney makes her the first woman to serve as DA in the circuit and the first Puerto Rican woman in the country to be elected DA. The former state representative, who has lived in Athens since 2007, says she will bring many changes to Oconee and Athens Clarke County. Those include no death penalty, reducing mass incarceration, eliminating cash bail, and ending the school-to-prison pipeline. According to official election results, the Democrat, who ran as a progressive candidate, beat nonpartisan candidate James Chafin by nearly 900 votes in the runoff. She'll take over for Ken Malden, who has held the position since 2001 and is retiring.
Had run unopposed for 16 of those years, and you know, when you're running unopposed, there's no conversation, right? Nobody is talking about what does criminal justice mean, what does a DA do. That we just, okay, he's the only name there and people vote for him and that's it. And I said, no, I think that needs to change, and so decided that I was going to run.
As one of Georgia's electors, she cast a vote for Joe Biden earlier this week and credits his win in part to Stacey Abrams for encouraging people to register and either head to the polls or vote absentee.